In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make some serious profit while targeting slow moving products. I'm going to show you how you can find and detect these ASINs instantly and how to also evaluate and make sure that these products are going to be profitable in the long run. Now, oftentimes we like to go after the fast moving ASINs, the products that sell 500 units a month, 1,000, 5,000 units a month. Now, this strategy is obviously very good. It's very profitable. But what happens sometimes when you sell these types of products is that there's an increase in competition because everyone's looking at them. And of course, an increase in competition usually leads to a decrease in ROI. And sometimes you might even have to take a loss on these types of products. The strategy I'm going to show you today is quite the opposite of this. We're targeting slow moving ASINs with low competition and high profit. By stringing a few of these types of ASINs together in your purchase order, you can increase your purchase size considerably. It's a great strategy to add to your already existing strategy. With that said, let's jump into it. To perform this strategy correctly, you're going to need one of two tools. You're either going to need Keepa or Astro Advanced Analytics. Now, if you're doing it with Keepa, you're going to upload your products to the product viewer, and then from the product viewer, you're going to filter them down, and then after filtering, you're going to have to go to the ASINs one by one on the listing page and evaluate using other software, other profit calculators, and all those types of things to see if it's a good purchase or not. So in this video, I'm just going to do it with Astro Advanced Analytics, but if you're going to be doing it with Keepa, you'll understand how you're going to do it eventually with Keepa as well, just by watching this video. Okay, so let me go over what this strategy actually is. So we're going to be targeting a specific data point to evaluate the slow movers. And that data point is the drops. How many times the BSR drops in the past month or the past 3 months or 6 months or whatever time frame you want to go after. Now, just to kind of explain what this means. Every time you see the green line drop, that is a potential sale. Now, in the higher BSRs, so if a BSR is above 50,000 or above 100,000, every time it drops, that equates to one sale. In the lower BSRs, if it's in a very popular category, let's say the BSR is typically below 10,000, every time it drops, that could mean 10 sales or 20 sales. So it's not really to be trusted in the low BSRs where there's high sales volume, but you can really trust that number in the high BSR. So any BSR that's above 100 or 150,000, every time there's a spike downwards, that's one sale. So for example, this ASIN right here, you see the BSR at the lowest it's ever been is around the 50,000 mark. But what you can see here, it dropped from 189,000 to 112,000. That is one sale. Now the BSR keeps going up and then again, bang, it drops. That's another sale right there. So this is a slow mover, another sale here, another sale right there. These are all sales. So that way we can actually kind of trust all the sales, the drops in the BSR, and we can understand that equates to one sale. Okay. Now that we know that, let's look at a couple more examples of some other slow movers. So here is a BSR. This is on 7,000. It's a very fast mover. Okay, let's check out its chart. So in this scenario, we can't really trust that each drop is a sale because it's such a low BSR. There's so high sales volume that each drop might mean 10 sales or 15 sales. So we can't really know. But if we again see a slow moving ASINs like this one here, 140,000 BSR, let's check out its chart. And let's break it down to the 3 month. We know that because the number's so high, it's above 100,000, 150,000. Every time it drops, that's one sale. So there's a sale right here, another sale right there, another sale, another sale. So we can kind of understand this. Now, if you're going to be doing this with Keepa, you're going to have to download, after you bulk upload your product list, you're going to have to download it. And then using the Excel spreadsheet, you're going to have to filter by the drops. But if you're doing with Astro, it's a lot simpler. All you need to do is go to the filters, and we're going to target the stat point called drops. So let's look at the 30-day drops, and we want to see any product that has more than 2 drops, but in the last month sells less than 50. So now all of a sudden we're targeting the slow moving ASINs. Okay, so just know that we're targeting the slow moving ASINs. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply filters just to see those. We're seeing now all the products that have at least 2 sales per month. So if we hover over this column over here, we see the sales rank. We can see the drops right there. This one in the last 30 days has had 8 sales. In the last 90 days, it's had 29 sales, 111 sales in the last 6 months. So we kind of understand what's going on. Let's go to the next one. This one has had 10 sales, 31 sales, 56 sales. So we can see all these data points. Now, next, of course, we're looking at all the ASINs with these types of data points. There's 204 in this list already. We want to obviously bring that down. We want to only look at the products that have profit. So I'm going to go next. I'm going to add another filter and say, show products that have at least, let's say, $5 worth of profit. I'm going to apply that. So now we're down to 30 ASINs that have high profit. Now for this example, I'm going to ignore all these ones that have IP issues or brand is a seller. I'm not going to even look at that because I'm just trying to show you a strategy that you can use to buy products with high sales, with low sales and high profit. So all these products here, they have high profit. Now we can go a step further and say, only show me products that have at least 40% ROI. So I might as well go ahead and do that. So let's say ROI more than 40%. And I'm just going to hit apply now. So now we're looking at 24 products. Now these 24 products all have low sales, so few sales, but they have high profit. Now the important thing is that we want to make sure that we're making, at least a certain amount of money from each ASIN every single month. I like to at least, even from the slow movers, at least make $50 to $100 a month. So let's start looking at these. Now in Astro, by just clicking on the ASIN, you get an entire view of every single seller, everything you need to see on a specific ASIN. You have all the details here, all the images, all the chart data, everything that you'll need to see on the ASIN, you can just see it from this one view. So looking at this ASIN now, this little Dungeons and Dragons cartoon little toy. So what we see, now the first thing we see is that it gets where it says drops 30 days, 90 days, we see that it has 6 sales. It's had 6 drops in the last month. So that's at least 6 sales. In the last 3 months, it's been 36. Okay, nice to know, very interesting data points. Now, looking at all the sellers that are just here, we can see every single person that's selling it, and I see that they're all FBM. Now, I typically sell FBA. Now, by selling FBA, I can probably easily match the lowest FBM seller and probably increase the price a bit on them to make even more profit. So given this one, I'm just going to sort this by price, and we can see that the lowest price is $42.83. This person here actually has the buy box at the moment at $42.84 that you see them highlighted. So I understand that I could easily increase my price to, let's say, $48.99. I could probably sell this product at $48.99, comfortably make $17.44 worth of profit per unit. Now, I know that it sells 6 units at least per month. So if I was to buy 6 units of these to sell them, I'd probably make $4.64 worth of profit. Now, knowing this product, because it has such high ROI, 91%, I'll probably buy double that. Even if it takes 2 months to sell off, that's okay. Even 3 months, I'll probably buy, let's say, 18 units of these. So by buying 18 units of these, I'm going to make $313 worth of profit in the span of around 3 months. But the thing that I definitely know is that there's no competition or very little competition. The ROI is most likely going to maintain at a high level. So it's a nice and solid product. Let's look at a couple more. So of course, we're targeting the slow moving ASINs. So this one here, for example, this one is a variation. It's part of a variation set. You see the VV right over there. Now, the thing about the variations and the BSR is they don't really match very well. So let's take a look at this ASIN over here. So there's 10,353 is the BSR. So that's a very good BSR, but that BSR is shared over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ASINs. And because that BSI is shared, you can't really trust the amount of drops it actually has. So this one, this ASIN is the one that ends with 18S, which is this one right here. Now it has 3 offers on it at the moment, no Amazon in stock, but it doesn't have any sales in the past month. No bought in the past month. Bought in the past month activates over 50, so it's below 50. But we can't actually tell by just looking at the drops. You see there are 162 drops. We can't tell which ASINs that they're associated with. So it's quite unclear if this ASIN sells in any volume whatsoever or not. So if you're going to try that, you'll be actually testing it blind. You don't know exactly what's going to happen. Let's go over to the next one. So I'm going to mark this one as a good ASIN. It's $313 in profit in the first one. Let's go to the third one. This one has no variation. There's no variation on this one. It does have some alerts, which I would probably avoid if I wasn't, if I was actually doing some proper product research right now, I would avoid it, but we're just going over the strategy right now. So let's go ahead and open this up. Now, by looking at this, I see that this one again sells 6 units in the last month, and it's had 48 sales in the last 3 months. Interesting. Now, looking at all the sellers, we see that the lowest price is this person here at $44.75, but we see that this person here, the costume kitty, is the person that's actually in the buy box at the moment at $50.78. So if we were to increase the price, 55 is actually a decent price. Let's say we go for $54. There's $22.97 worth of profit. We're going up against these FBM sellers, which, you know, as an FBA seller, you probably easily win over the buy box even at a higher price. 6 sales per month. I would probably, you know, try to sell this off in 2 months. Go ahead and buy 12 units. $265 worth of profit in this ASIN. So we just found 313 in the first one, 215 in the second one. You know, considering that you can actually sell this, it's a couple of great products. The next one's Marvel, Furby. Now Marvel is also part of a variation set. I'm going to go ahead and open the variation viewer just over here so we can see, have a quick look at this. But it's probably, again, one of the ASINs that I would avoid because it's quite unclear as to which product's selling how many. So I would avoid this one because you can't tell if the sales drops apply to that ASIN or not. So let's go to one that isn't a variation. Let's go to the next one. So this one here is 206,000. It's had 9 sales in the past month. Let's go ahead and open this one and check this one out. So we see that there are some FBA sellers in this one. So that's probably the lowest price that we can actually go. The highest price we can actually go. By going higher than FBA seller, we just won't get any sales. Now this one here might not be as good because it has 9 drops in the past month. And there are 3 FBA sellers, and they're all in buy box contention. Also, Amazon is currently on the listing as well. They're a seller, they're in stock. So this one, even though there is some nice ROI on this one, I would probably avoid this one because there's a bit of competition on it, and you technically will only get like 3 sales if you're gonna go after this one, and 3 sales times $9 is not that much. $27 worth of profit, not enough to actually go after. So let's go over the next one. That isn't a variation. So we have this one here. This one has 1 FBA seller and it has 9 drops in the past month. Let's go ahead and open this one and check out the data points. So Brian's Toys is an FBA seller. They have 81% of the buy box, and this product drops 9 times a month. This seller has 18 units in stock. Okay, so we have a few data points now. Let's see how this is going to pan out. So 9 sales per month, 1 FBA seller contender. So that we'll probably have to divide our sales with them. So if we were to buy, let's say, 12 units, they'll probably take about 2.5 months to sell off. And we're making $132 worth of profit. That's okay. That's not bad. I'll probably go for that. As long as no more FBA sellers jump on this listing, it's a decent one. So that's basically how you use this strategy. Now, this also works quite well with groceries. You'll find a lot of groceries, if they're multi-packs, that they can also appear in this type of strategy, and you can actually string a lot of these together and make very high orders. So, obviously your plan is to have high purchase orders and a decent ROI. Like if you can make a 50% ROI and a high purchase order, that's obviously perfect. So if you actually even target groceries and multi-packs of groceries, because groceries tend to come in multi-packs. There's a lot of 12 packs and 24 packs and 6 packs. So if a product is only $1.65, for example, and as a single unit, the actual, the purchase order is going to be low and it's not going to be that profitable per unit. But if you're buying a 12 pack of that, all of a sudden that $1.65 is like whatever it is, $15, $16. So all of a sudden, if you're buying 10 of those, you're looking at a $150 product, cost of goods for that one SKU, and the profit might actually be considerable. So this strategy works quite well for all types of products. Whether it's beauty, beauty and groceries, you want to buy multi-packs, but some other more expensive product like kitchen and toys and stuff like that, this strategy actually works quite well for those types of ASINs as well. So by incorporating this type of strategy together with your already existing strategies of finding the obvious products that that make sense to the high sales, and decent profit, by incorporating low sales and high profit into that mix, you can actually really increase your order size. But here you're going wider. You're spreading yourself a bit thinner and going as wide as you can. You want to string around 20 or 30 of these types of ASINs together in your order, and it can actually be considerable, and you can actually make quite a lot of money off these types of products. So I hope you found value in this video. If you did, drop a like and a subscribe. And if you want to have access to me and other like-minded sellers that are all trying to achieve more and try to do well, join our Telegram group. It's in the description below. If you also want to have access to Astro, check out the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.